I want to encourage you guys to put your hope and your expectation in God and not man. Put your hope and your expectation in God and not man. You also need to just trust the Lord. Trust the Lord to bring true friends in your life. Trust the Lord to direct your path. Sometimes there are things that you're hoping for and you've wanted throughout your life, and relationships that you desired. And what God wants you to do is to focus on Him now. Focus on Him. A lot of things that you're desiring and you're praying for, it's so amazing how people are so caught up in the now and in this world. They are caught up with, it's more important for them to get everything in this world and in this life than for the promises and the things that God has for them in the new heaven and the new earth. And it's true, because all we've known is this world and this earth. So you feel like if you don't accomplish certain things in this life, and if you're not getting certain things in this life right now, well, what's the point? I've literally had people that were just disappointed in just thinking that, oh, certain promises I'm not going to get until the Lord comes. Oh, really? Oh, wow. It goes to show you just how how our knowledge, our mind can be darkened to the greater things. And I'm not saying to you that God is not going to bless you in this life and now. There are things that He's going to give you and people that He's going to bring in your life. But a lot of times, it's just in my spirit to speak that sometimes God has brought people in your life, blessings in your life, but because they didn't look the way that you thought that they will look, they didn't come packaged the way that you thought they would come packaged, you bypass them. And then also, He brought people in your life and you took them for granted. You took them, it was all about what you can get. They're true friends that the Lord has brought in your life. Some of you have experienced this. And what happens is you realize a person is actually a true and loyal friend. So whatever you could get from that person, that's what you took. But you did not reciprocate. You were about taking, but you were not about replenishing and pouring back into them. You may have had someone in your relationship, in your life, you were in a relationship with a man or a woman that really loved you and cared for you. They were loyal, they were faithful, they cared for you. But where you were in your life, you totally took advantage of them and you mistreated them and you destroyed them and then you left them. Lots of time people are asking for blessings, they're asking for friendships, they're praying to God for relationships, but then they have not dealt with the hurt and the pain inside of themselves. They're not properly healed. They have not been properly restored. So you find that even when they get someone in their life, a friend or situation that's really true and genuine, because they're still injured on the inside and there's still some spiritual internal bleeding, you'll find that they don't know how to treat that person. They still see things, their vision is still very pixeled, and they still see and they still react to things based on the last relationship that they were in or the type of people they're used to being around. If they're used to people who's always trying to do them dirty and do them wrong, and who have betrayed them and talk about them, then they come into the relationship with the same type of mindset. So even when someone is being genuine towards them, they are very guarded and they're very uncomfortable And then if there's any sort of a misunderstanding, they lash out because they're remembering what the last person did to them. So you find now they may come into a relationship with this expectation as if they, with an entitled spirit. You're supposed to treat me good. You're supposed to do this for me after all that I've been through. Or even sometimes if God has brought that man or woman, he has changed them. You have not changed. You still feel like they used to be this way towards you, so now they owe you something. No, they don't owe you nothing. God has forgiven them for their sins. So when he forgives them, all things are passed away. So you need to change your mindset and to change the way that you're thinking, because you're still in the past. So then anything that man is doing, God restored him, God restored that woman, brought them back, and they're with you, but you still haven't forgiven them. So now you are in this mindset of this person has to work their way back into your good graces. Some of you do that with your children. You don't really forgive them. You want them to work their way back into your graces. And if they make a mistake along the way, you relapse and you go back. That's not what God has. So outside of that, some of you, it may not be that you've known the person, but you have not allowed the Lord to heal you. And the biggest problem is a lot of times you still are holding unforgiveness against the people in your past. You have not truly forgiven them. You have not allowed the Lord to take you through the process of forgiveness. And so therefore you still have this dark, stanky area in your heart. And so when other people come into your life, you have an entitled spirit, because after all you've been through becomes your anthem. And you bring that into that relationship and into that friendship. And so you lose these people. And then you're wondering, Lord, what's going on? I feel like I don't have anybody. Sometimes it's because you've destroyed some people. Other times, guys, God is just simply pulling you away to himself. And he will bring people in his due time. He's going to bring that perfect relationship, that man, that woman to you in time. But you just need to get before him. He's going to bring you people who's going to be good friends to you in due season and in his time. And sometimes, guys, he's pulling you away from these things that you're hoping for. You're looking back at the past, perhaps in your own family, with your own kin, with old friendships, old relationships, and you're wanting and you're hoping they come after you. You're wanting and you're hoping that you and them can be the way that you dream that it will be. But I'm here to tell you, sometimes that's what it is. It's just a dream. You have to look at, do they have that same urgency for you? In your heart, you love them so much as your family or someone that you love, a husband, a wife. You love them so much that you don't necessarily have to be right. Your point doesn't have to be proven. You're willing to just make amends because you love them and you care about them. They're important enough to you that even if you feel that they've done wrong, you want to make amends. You want to be with them. You love them. You're willing to do that. Are they willing to do that with you? Do they seek you out willingly? Not seeking you out to keep doing wrong to you and to drop the ball again. But do they have that same loyalty and faithfulness as you do? Or do they hold on to their position and they don't care? Can they leave you when you're sick? You find that they're so mad at you, they can't reach out to you when you're sick. They won't reach out to you when there's natural disasters all around. But you will have that in your heart. You want to do that. You've done that in the past. But God is stopping your hand now, because sometimes it's in you. Oh, this is going on. You want to call. You want to check. You've done these things in the past. God is calling you away from it. He's calling you away from it. And you may think, no, God would never do that. Yes, he will. I'm trying to tell you that, because I'm here to tell you, everybody that you love and care for, when you're standing before the throne of God, you see, if they're not in right standing with him, you're in right standing. And if you remain in right standing with him, when you stand before the throne, He's going to put you on the right hand side, with those who are going to enter into everlasting life. And this person that you care about and you cry about so much, if they have not turned themselves to the Lord, they're going to go on the left hand side, where people are going to be sent off into weeping and gnashing of teeth. So yes, he will pull you away from somebody and tell you no more phone calls. Time to go. Time to go, just like when he pulled Lot and his family. Time to go. Yes, the Lord will pull you away. You have to look into your life and think, do they have that same urgency for you? Have they had that same type of loyalty and faithfulness to you? Where they're willing to reach out to you, and it's not to bring more drama and pain, but they want to make amends and they want to make things right, and they just want to move forward together no matter what we go through. We're family, and we are going to, what hurts you, I'm going to recognize that. What hurts me, you are recognizing that. We're talking about it, and we were going to move ahead in faith. And because I don't want to hurt you, I want to turn away from how I've been dealing with you and how I've been doing things, so that we can move together harmoniously as a family, as a unit, as a couple. Is that happening? Or do you find you're doing that, and so you keep going back into the flaming building? You keep going back into the burning building where the floors are about to give way with the person that does not have that same type of feeling for you. So God is telling you, put the phone down. Time to walk away. Time to move ahead. Why? We may get a lot caught up in the scenario. I can't believe it. No. God is looking at your spirit. He's looking at your soul. He's looking at how times have passed. You've been dealing with the situation 5, 6, 10, 15, 20 years, and it's the same. And you're in the same place, being hurt and re-wounded and having hopes, and it's dashed, and oh my gosh, but I love them. It's time to go, because time is changing. The Son of Man is coming back. There is yet things to be done. You have a work to do. There are blessings that I have waiting over here for you. But if you're still back over here in Egypt, if you're still going back to the wilderness, if you enter into the burning building, you're going to be consumed, and you're not going to be able to walk into my promises. Not only that, most importantly, you're going to find yourself outside the ark, because you keep going back to the past. God wants us to move ahead. It's time for us to receive what he has for us. He will bring us those things that we need, those individuals, those relationships, those encouragement. But what he wants us to be most vigilant in, guys, diligent in, is knowing him and making him our all. When we seek him, everything else will be taken care of. It is time to let go and to move ahead. The things that you've been hoping for, things that you've been dreaming of, that how this relationship is going to come together, how if you show them love, they're just going to turn to you. In some cases, yes, and in other cases, no. But in all of this, the Lord wants you to move forward and stop looking back, because it's going to hinder you. It's going to hinder you. It's going to keep you from doing the things that he wants you to do. Your heart is going to be of such, it's being broken so often and so many times that you cannot do the work of God. A wounded and hurt and bleeding vessel cannot do the work of God, because you will wound others and you will bleed onto other people. Let's turn our sights to the Lord and do his perfect will. Let's do the things that he called us to do. Let's let go of what we hope and all our dreams and what we want, and trust that if we put our hands in the hand of God, he's going to take care of us. He's going to give us exactly what we need. He's going to remove what should not be in our path. But no matter what it may be, no matter what you believe, keep your hand in the hand of the Father. And for those of you that God may have brought people in your life, brought reconciliation, brought some things to you that you have destroyed and you have mishandled and mistreated, I implore you to go ahead, ask the Lord to forgive you, seek his face, and then he will begin to restore and to bring those things back. It may be some time. It's even in my spirit to talk to some people. There's some people right now, you are in a place that you feel like is just desolation and everything. But guys, sometimes you're in this place Number one, it could be you're just in your place of waiting, and God is going to come. God is going to lead you to this place. He's going to lead you to the promised land. He's going to lead you to the even path. You will not always be in this place. You just need to remain faithful. Just keep holding on to the Lord no matter what, and obey him in the things he tells you to do. And then there's some of you, you are in this place. You're in this wilderness. You're in this place because you did not move when the Lord told you to move. You did not go when the Lord told you to go. You did not shut the door when the Lord tell you to shut the door. And now you're in this place that you're like, Lord, what's going on? But you realize that you had an open door. God told you, God gave you the opportunity. He kept that door open for a while. He kept talking to you and you disobeyed him. And so now you're in this place of waiting. You're in this place where you are going through some things. But my brothers and sisters, the door was open. So now you're praying and you're asking the Lord to help you, and you expect it to just be instant. In some cases it will be instant, and in some cases you have to wait. But you wait in faith, and you wait in hope, and you do the things that he's told you to do. And when that door opens again in the future, when that opportunity comes, then you step out in faith and not be hesitant. A lot of times what happens, people are in torment and they're going through things, but you know what, they want to stay here because this is what they're familiar with, instead of moving when the Lord told them to move. Guys, this is just not the time to be wasting and thinking about your own thoughts and going in your own mind on what you think should or should not happen. Trust in the Lord with all your heart. Lean not unto your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge him, and he will direct your path. All right, guys.